Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Thai Conversations with Ida Padikuor Na-Tei. If you're new to this channel, Thai simply means technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So what we do here is that we talk to leaders in the tech ecosystem and talk to people making impact in the innovative entrepreneurship space. So today I'm at Ghana Tech Lab, and we are here to find out what Ghana Tech Lab is all about, what they do, and the impact they are making in the Ghanaian community. So without wasting much time, I have here with me an associate manager who happens to be Edward Akani. So Edward, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're just going to go right into it. What do you do at Ghana Tech Lab? What does it stand for? What are your various arms and branches? We know about the training, we know about a few things that you're doing, but then tell us really what Ghana Tech Lab stands for.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to try and explain how Ghana Tech Lab came into being. So it started off as a joint venture by InnoHub and then Kumasi Hive. Okay. Yeah, so Ghana Tech Lab is originally a joint venture. And the idea came from what we call the MLab project. So the MLab project is a project funded by the World Bank. Okay. And then InnoHub and then Kumasi Hive were the partners to this project, or they came together to execute the project, which is the MLab project funded by the World Bank. And then fast forward, the projects did amazingly well, and then other partners also showed interest. Before I go into that, let me just state what really happens at Ghana Tech Lab. So as part of the project, or the mission of the project, was to drive digital transformation in Ghana, as well as Africa at large. So how do we do this? We are looking at training people, especially young people, in digital skills, and then also providing support for startups. So when we speak of digital skills, we are looking at things like software development, social media, digital marketing, Arduino, electronics, stuff like that, yeah. And then when you look at the startups, you're looking at things like incubation and then acceleration. That is basically to help form, build, and then kind of like nurture startups. Okay. So aside the typical training and then support for startups, we also have other things that we do to complement our activities, or to complement the mission that we are trying to achieve. And so for those things, we are looking at our ecosystem mapping exercise. And the ecosystem mapping exercise is basically an activity where we map out the entire country, Ghana. We look at the various stakeholders in the startup ecosystem, how best do they interplay, or how best do they support the development of startups in the country. And then aside the ecosystem mapping, we also have what we call the Ghana Mentorship Network. So
about the Ghana ecosystem mapping, if there's an investor, external investor, who is interested in the tech ecosystem, they can just walk up to your office and ask for the data, or they have to go through some processes? Okay,
yeah. So one of the things we've tried to do is to cut out a lot of bureaucracies. We do not believe in bureaucracies, and then that whole strenuous way of accessing data or getting things done. So the ecosystem mapping is available online. There's a portal, the GhanaEcosystem.com. Okay. Yeah, where you can get all this information. So it's not only accessible or meant for investors. You have other people that want to also make decisions based on that data. So for example,
so it's a free platform that anybody can go to?
Yeah, it's a free platform. Okay. So once you go to the platform, you can see the startups that
so Ghana Ecosystem.
GhanaEcosystem.com.
Okay.
Ghana Startup Ecosystem.
Ghana Startup Ecosystem. Okay. All right. So you've spoken about a lot of things. I know you're not done, but let me just start with the training. So what kind of trainings do you run here? Okay. So I mentioned earlier about the digital skills training. So basically, you're looking at digital skills. Digital skills in the sense that the world is becoming very technology inclined, or has become technology inclined, and so you need digital skills to stay ahead. You need digital skills to be more employable. You need digital skills to even disrupt and then transform the space that you work in. So software development is one key area. I mean, software is so broad that there are different aspects or branches to it. Yeah. So we've done trainings in areas like mobile app development. We've done trainings in areas like web development. We've done trainings in areas
like cloud, and I mean on the other side you can also look at things like digital marketing, so things like social media, things like content creation, things like videography, photography, and all of that. I mean,
awesome.
A lot.
So for these kind of trainings, do people have to pay or they are free?
We have what we call the base program or the base innovation program, which is actually our flagship program, and then this is actually free.
Okay.
We are looking at really helping young people, especially people that do not have jobs, so the unemployed people. Yeah, so it's actually free, and then the other programs that we do to complement our base innovation program, they're all free. But from time to time, we organize programs where you'd have to pay to be a part of, and even for that, it's actually very low. One of the reasons why we actually started doing this is because of the commitment levels of people. You know, people usually think that if something is free, then it's of low quality, and then we also realized that people come into the program and then they quit at a point. I mean, at the like let's say mid stage or when it's getting to the end of the program, and that is not very good because you don't want to start something and then you don't have the people you started with finish. So we felt like if we have to put a fee to it and you pay for it, you'd feel like I wouldn't want to quit because I've paid, my money has gone into it, and it actually worked. So the commitment fee is just meant to sort of like confirm that you are interested in the program.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you spoke about startups. How do you incubate these startups and ideas here?
Okay. So the startup aspect is a crucial one, and when we speak of startups, I mean two things come into my mind: our incubation program and then our acceleration program. And you're mentioning the incubation. So, like I mentioned, our base innovation program is our flagship program, and it has 3 phases. So we have the training phase, the incubation phase, or the employability. So this is what is open to the unemployed people. So let's say that we open applications, you come in, and then you go through this training for, let's say, about 8 to 12 weeks, basically to understand what is happening, acquiring the skills to build a product, and then even understanding what it means to build a startup. So if we pick a cohort, for example, the mobile app cohort, they came in and then they went through training in mobile app development, so using Flutter. And then after the training, you have to now come up with a solution.
Okay.
So now you have to go out there, engage people.
Sorry for cutting you, but then that means most of your startups are birthed from the training programs.
Exactly.
It's not like random people who just come in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to get to the point of the incubation.
Okay.
So when you now go out there and engage people, and then you see or you identify a problem, then you now have to use the skills you've acquired. That's the mobile app skills. So now you have to develop a mobile app solution to solve that problem. And then once you have done that, I mean, we have something we call the local startup investments pitch summit.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happens actually is that all the trainings we do happen across the country. We have other partner hubs that we work with. So they are kind of like smaller hubs in a certain sense, and then we kind of like have them tap into our network. So at the end of the training program, you are going to pitch your idea, having gone through the phase of engaging people to come up with a solution. And so now when you've done that, you pitch your idea, and then the best idea wins.
Okay.
So now
and they get funding.
And they get some kind of support. Yeah.
Okay.
So now when they have done that, they go into the incubation stage. So the incubation stage is where.
So the incubation stage is for just those who win the competition, or for everybody?
So the incubation stage is for only those who get past the training. In terms of those who have pitched ideas and then their ideas have kind of like impressed, or they've done very well. I mean, they have got some feedback, they've iterated their feedback, they have built something that
substantial.
Not even substantial, but something that is, I mean, minimum viable product, something that you can see and realize that, okay, these people are serious and then they want to take it to the next step. So those people go into the incubation, but we don't leave those that do not go into incubation and just say, okay, fine, after the program, then that's it. No, we also provide them with the option of going into employability. So I'd mentioned that the base innovation program has 3 phases: training, incubation, then employability. So employability is where those that do not go into incubation now have to go into a series of activities to help them or prepare them to become more employable or to get jobs. And I'll tell you something so interesting and amazing. So
tell me.
when you go into the employability, what we try to do is to match you to a company where you can intern with that company.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we actually pay you to do the internship.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you pay the intern to join another company?
Yeah, no. So we match you. If you have a company you want to intern with, you bring the company, we engage them, and then
you pay the person.
You pay the person, and then you work there using the skills you have acquired. Not forgetting that you were in the training phase.
Okay, so you can't just take up any role. You have to,
apply the skills. Yeah. Okay. So now, when you do this internship, you are going to also have other things like training or like added. How should I even put it? Other experiences, yeah, like we help you to prepare your CV. Yeah, we help you to understand better work ethic, soft skills that you need for the work environment. So work ethic, communication, I mean, the things that you need to become more employable. And now, after the internship, which is usually for 2 months, you probably would have proved your point to the company that I deserve a permanent role. So the company can decide to maintain you. And if the company maintains you, we're happy because we've given you the opportunity. You came in, from the training phase, you took the training, you've acquired skills now. You're employed, yeah. And you know, it's not as if by the time you finish the internship, you are a refined product or you are the best in the industry. But now you have built a foundation, you are open-minded, you now understand what you really want to do and then the next steps to take. So if the company retains you, it doesn't mean that it should end there. You have to keep improving your skills. And so we even keep the interns, from time to time we organize training sessions for them so that they can improve their skills. And I said I was going to tell you something interesting and amazing. If you get employed and then say that the job you have got now requires you to do a certification course, we actually sponsor you to do the certification course.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that
that's nice.
Once you're doing that job, we are more or less like helping you to be better at it. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask this for...
Permit me to just add one last thing here. So the last thing I want to add is that if you get employed, I mean, that's good. And an amazing thing also is that the startups that have gone into the incubation, mind you, they are building their idea, they are building their businesses. So at the point, what we do is that we match these interns to those startups
as
well. So that at the end of the day, if you come into the program and you go into the incubation side where you build your startup, you might have started a class with someone and the person is in training. So as you're building your startup, at the point you can come and get talent from the employability, the training, yeah, those people that went into employability. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I wanted to ask a question for those who are employed, but they want to add on certain skills, because I realize they are more biased towards the unemployed. Is there also space for them? And how can they make up time because they are running an 8-to-5 job? Yeah,
so it's a great question, and we have a number of programs.
Okay.
So what I explained was the base innovation program.
Okay.
We have programs for adults, for people that are working. We've had a number of programs in the past for people like that. We also look at virtual platforms like Zoom and then other opportunities.
So do they also enjoy the same privileges?
Yeah, so there are programs for people that are working, but unfortunately they do not enjoy the same privileges. Yeah. The kind of benefits we give to the unemployed people, it's different. You are employed, you're getting some kind of salary, and so you wouldn't even need that kind of stipend from us here. But we have something for the people that are also employed.
Okay, so let's move on to the other projects. I think we ended on the startups, right? So what other things you do at Robotics Lab? Okay,
so I'd mentioned the ecosystem mapping as one of the things. I've also mentioned the Ghana Mentorship Network. We also have the startup bus.
No, you didn't mention the mentorship network.
Okay, yeah.
So tell us about it.
Okay, so the mentorship network is basically like a platform where we match you to mentors.
Okay.
That's for startups. So you're building a startup, you need a mentor. I believe in the mentor-mentee relationship because you do not know it all. At a point, you would need someone to tell you that do this or do that. I personally have mentors, and I actually have mentors that do not also even know me because you can learn from observation. Yeah. So it's very important that you get someone that you can go to and say that I have this problem. What do I do? And the person can tell you, oh, do this, do that. Sometimes the person even has the solution and can literally hold your hand and take you to where you have to go, or call someone
Who can help you? Mentorship is very crucial when we are growing.
Exactly,
young people. So, so apart from the mentorship program, what programs do you run?
So there's the startup bars, which is startup business advisory services. So that is more or less kind of like an advisory service support for startups who cannot afford the cost of engaging a consultant.
So these startups can be any startup at all, or they have to run through your program?
Okay, so for this program, it's open to all startups.
Okay.
Yeah, so all you have to do is to just book an appointment or book a session. Once you go to the Startup Bars platform, which is the startupbars.com, you just book an appointment with an advisor, and then based on the appointment,
And is it free?
So that is also free.
Wow.
That is
You're doing so many amazing things, and I'm wondering, how are you funding all these things?
Okay, so like I had mentioned earlier on, when we started Ghana Tech Lab, originally as MLab, it was funded by the World Bank. And we still get support from the World Bank. And then the MasterCard Foundation came in at a point to expand or scale what we are doing. So our key partners or our key sponsors are the World Bank and then the MasterCard Foundation.
Okay, so I know about your makerspace, and we'll be going there very soon to see some of the projects you're working on. But I want to know, so what are the plans for the future? What are your plans for expanding, for reaching more people, going outside of Africa? You spoke there starting with Africa and then, Ghana and then Africa at large. So what are your plans for the next level? What should we expect from Ghana Tech Lab?
I love this question because I am the type that I personally always want to think big and then envision what happens 5 years from now and all of that. Yeah. So what we are building at Ghana Tech Lab is amazing because it's kind of like a cycle, and it's a system we are trying to build that would run on its own at a point. And I'm going to show you how.
Okay.
So when I pick the program that we are doing, the Base Innovation Program, basically we are trying to help people acquire skills. We're trying to help people build startups. And then for the incubation, those startups, we have something that we call acceleration, that is mature startups. Yeah, so now, this is what it's going to look like, going forward. If you are a company or you are a startup, you want talent, you want skilled people to work with, you can come to us and then get talent from the people that have gone through our training program. So on our platform, you can actually go online and see all the people, everybody that has been into our program. You see the talent, and like I said, we continuously have a relationship with them, engage them. So you can see the talent that's available, what you want, and then you engage the person.
So what platform is that again?
Okay, so that's our website.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the website you can see all our portals there, ghanatechlab.com. So on the portal, on the website you see the different portals. For the talent portal, you see all the talent there. For the startup portal. So
it's like people have like their profiles over there.
Exactly.
So you can know who matches the skill you want.
Exactly, yeah. And then also for the startups, if you want to invest in a startup, you go there, you see all the startups, their growth and all of that, yeah. And just to add to that, we also have what we call the Pace Online, which is a mobile app.
Okay.
And so when we started what we were doing, like in the first year, we had a number of people show interest in what we were doing, and it was free. And we realized that people now ask questions like, can I pay to even be part of it? Because it's like the experience was beautiful and was worth it, yeah. So people wanted to even pay. And like I also said, we have like a number of hubs we work with, partner hubs in different parts of the country. So these are all like spread across the country. So if we open applications for a program, we can have over 5,000 applications.
Wow.
Yeah, but we can only take about 60 here at Ghana Tech Lab, and our partner hubs take like, let's say, 30 to 40. So cumulatively, we have, let's say, between 400 to say 500.
Wow.
And we have applications of 5,000. It means that a chunk of them do not get into the program.
Even with the big
numbers. People calling now, they want to even pay and get in.
Wow.
So that's how serious it is. And mind you, I'm talking about we running about 2 sessions a day. Yeah, so we said, then how do we serve the need of these people that do not get in? Let's have a mobile app where you can still experience what we are doing here without coming here. Okay. So our mobile app is available. We have
the name of the mobile app.
The mobile app is called Pace Online.
Pace Online.
Yeah, and it's available on the Play Store and then the App Store. Okay. So basically,
let me download it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm listening.
So basically, if you are not even in Ghana, you can still be a part of what we are doing. And then on the mobile app, you can access everything that we do here. The training programs, not just the Base Innovation Program, but all the other training programs. So our team is quite sophisticated. We build the content, everything, and once you get that app and you're on the app, I mean, the experience is literally like you being here. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to see your maker spaces, and I would really love to see the application of science, technology, and engineering in the space, not just about the training. I want to see what the people are doing with the knowledge that they've gained. So can you please take us to your maker spaces so that we'll see the various projects that are ongoing here?
All right, sure.
Okay, so shall we? Okay, so where are we going first?
So we're going to the labs. That's where we have the robotics labs, the drone lab, and then the AI. Yeah.
Okay, so what happens here?
Yeah, so this is the robotic lab, and the robotic lab is very much linked to the makerspace. But what we do here basically is giving people training in the robotics technology. And then one of the key things we want to do is to give people the fundamentals that they need, so that if they want to build applications or robotic applications, they know what to do. And then, I mean, basically even understanding the things you can do with the robots. So there are a lot of applications. For example, automation. The world is becoming fast-paced at a point you don't want to be doing everything you have to do. You would want robots to help you. So this is the place where you can learn
the basics that
of that.
Need.
Yeah, and
that's
then
awesome.
also
I can see some of your kits, some of the parts.
Yeah. So when you come here, you're going to learn the basics, and then you now have these kits to prototype what you want to build.
Okay, awesome. You're doing amazing. So where else are we going to?
So we'll go to the drone lab from here. So this is the drone lab right behind you.
Okay.
So here you can see some drones. And basically
locally manufactured.
Yeah, locally manufactured like you.
So this is wood, right?
Yeah, so this
drones
is wood.
made from wood.
Yeah. So
plywood.
Yeah, and all of these drones fly. So we had the World Bank coming, I think about last month, where we showed them what we are building here.
Okay, so these are more like industrial.
Exactly, yeah. So we've had trainings here. I think earlier this year or late last year, we had a drone training where we had close to 70 people come in for drone training, where we let them understand how the drone technology works and then what you can actually use it
I like
for.
how everything is professional here. You have like a workstation, you have your soldering bit and everything. Wow, that's awesome. So, okay, so this is great work. But do you do like drones for applied, for applications like maybe agriculture?
Exactly.
Drones for other things, surveying.
Exactly. So
surveillance.
Yeah. So for security, agriculture. I mean, even for photography. Yeah. So we do all of that here. Yeah. So when you come in here for a program, you now can understand how you can use drone to do some of these things. Okay, and when people hear drone, all they think about is, okay, something is flying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, photography.
Photography, yeah. But people do not understand that it's something that can be used for so many things. You know, Zipline, the company Zipline, actually uses drone for transporting blood and medical supplies. Yeah.
So that's even drone in medicine, right?
Yeah, drone in health. Yeah, so that's...
In health, exactly. That's it. All right, so where else are we going
to? So we'll go to the creative space from here.
Creative space.
Yeah.
I realized that you've mapped out the floors.
Yes.
So I realized from the very beginning, we had the various areas. I think we went to the labs.
Then the
creative space. I think building.
Building is where you,
the maker space.
And then
here to work. What's that?
Yeah, that's the co-working space.
Oh, okay. So like, if you have an idea, that's where you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And then the training
space.
And then this is,
the conference room.
Conference, yeah.
Conference
so.
So let's go. You said you're going to the maker space, right?
Yeah.
So you're following the green.
Yeah. So this is the maker space where they bring tech ideas to reality. So here we have a lot of stuff happening or going on. The 3D printing, laser cutting, engraving.
I can see some drones here.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, I mentioned that the drone lab is actually linked to the makerspace because they more or less build some of the parts from here. So I'm going to call Gideon, who is in the makerspace, to throw some light into what happens in the makerspace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hi Gideon. I actually know him. I call him Pazgid. I don't know where that name came from though, but hi, welcome to Thai Conversation. So tell us about what happens to here, at the makerspace.
Okay, so I was showing something on the wall.
Okay.
It converts tech dreams
Into reality. Wow.
Yeah, that's our meaning. And our activities basically cut across prototype development and then training.
Okay.
Yes, most of the things we are doing is either we are making prototypes or we are training people.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're always working hard to be able to accumulate a lot of experience with technology. So cutting across 3D printing, laser cutting.
Okay, so I can see some 3D printers here. You have so many different types.
Yeah.
Wow. They are currently printing. What's happening over there right now?
Yeah, so that's a part we are printing for someone external.
Okay.
For his drone, DJI
so
drone.
An external startup can just walk in here and tell you, okay, I need this part, this is the design, print it for me. You can actually do that.
Yes.
And I see a laser cutter. So in case I want to design maybe like a container for my project or an enclosure for my, I can come and do it here. You can cut it for me, you design for me, you print for me. So anybody can walk in. I can see you have all the colors of the filaments.
Exactly.
So in fact, tell us what happens with a 3D printer, because some people are seeing a 3D printer for the first time. When I said filament, I wonder what is filament. So tell them, I also know some. So tell them, like, how does this work? What do you need to be able to print and all of that?
So I have an idea. I just dreamt of a drone stand for my DJI. So I decided to go to the software. There's a software for designing 3D models.
Okay.
It's called SolidWorks.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go there and then design it as I saw it.
Imagine it.
Imagine it, exactly. Then
but if I can't design, I can draw it on paper and bring it to you.
Exactly. You work with sketches. You have a board here now. Before we do anything, we have to sketch it.
Okay.
Yeah, before we try. So once you've done the solid model, you import it to a slicer, which configures it for the printing.
Okay.
And in the printing, there are a lot of ways. Either select a material, which is the filament.
Okay.
So there are different materials cutting across PLA, TPU, ABS. They all have their properties. So some are soft, some are hard, some are brittle, some are
so
very
depending on what you're going to use it for, then you choose the
Exactly.
type of material that you're going to use. I've seen some 3D printed items that look like metal, but when you hold them, they look plastic. What kind of materials are that?
That filament, like this, you can see.
Okay, I can see metal.
It's metal in appearance, but not in its
The composition,
properties.
yeah, it's not actually metal. So apart from 3D printing, what else can I do? You've already mentioned laser cutting. Or I can just come here and then get a station to actually build my project.
Yeah, so
Do I have to go to any protocols, or I can just work here anytime?
it depends on the work. If it's regards to training, for now you have to go to the management.
Okay.
But
If it's a personal project,
yes,
I
so
have an idea. What do I have to do?
something like this is it's a program we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, so occasionally we have programs. One we recently did was Makers Assemble.
Okay.
So in the Makers Assemble, we call people who have ideas, and then we help them to design,
Okay. Is
build,
that push button?
and test. Yes.
Okay.
Push
It actually works.
Yeah. So once you connect your part, it has all the parts. So we took the person through ideation, we call it design thinking. Yeah, and was able to come up with this.
And then you help them bring it to reality.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you so much, Gideon, for taking us through the makerspace. So I think there's more for us to do, Edward. So I think we are going to one more space.
Yeah, we're going to the creative space.
Creative space. So
in the creative space, you'd learn about the photography, sound engineering, virtual reality.
Wow,
and
virtual
stuff like that.
reality. I can't wait. So can we go there now? Okay, thank you, Gideon.
So welcome to the creative space.
Okay, nice. I like this. I think this is the prettiest place.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite spaces. So here you'd learn about virtual reality, sound engineering, photography, and all of that. So you can see two guys here.
Yeah.
Samuel and Samuel. Actually, both of them are called Samuel. Quite
interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to call
the
lead in the creative space to throw some light on what happens in the creative space. So Samuel, can you join us?
Hi, Samuel. Welcome to Tech Conversation. So tell us what happens here, the creative space.
Okay, so just like the makerspace, creative space is one of the spaces in Ghana Tech Lab that functions separately from the other spaces that we have here. We do focus on digital media and the creative arts in the digital industry. So we are more like, you can call us a media home plus a digital space. Yeah.
Okay, so your setup is beautiful. This place is lovely, it's relaxing, it's creative. Now I see like a photo shoot kind of setup. What happens over there? Do you do photo shoots? What happens?
Yeah, as I said, we have various spaces within this area. We have the photography/videography section. Okay. We have that for sound. We may take a look inside.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So this is
sound engineering.
Yeah. Sealed booths. Whenever there's a need to record any audio, we can come in here to do that. So we have a small section where the sound is contained, so we can have the recording very clean and clear for voiceovers, animation, and so on and so forth. So there's a microphone and a setup that's used to do the recordings. We have the African vibe on the walls just to draw minds that this can also be done by the Africans, not the fact that these are done by the foreigners alone.
So anybody can walk in to record, or do you need to pay something? How does it work?
So our focus is on giving the youth the skill sets, those with a passion, not necessarily paying any amount of money. So for it to be easily understood, we are under the project management, there are rules and guides, so we can have people come through the training programs at certain times. So we can focus on different aspects, because we can't have everyone coming here to go. So we have digital media training that focus on this section, we have arts training that focus on this section, and so on and so forth. So every year we roll out training programs that deal with every aspect.
And I hear you're doing virtual reality. What exactly happens here?
Okay, so there's a section that we have for virtual reality. I don't know if you can take a look. So
I think I need to experience this. Is it possible or is it not ready?
Yes, so we have different forms of the virtual reality headsets. We have the mobile version. This is the Oculus Quest 2. It's one of the multiple headsets we have here. We have the Rift and the mobile version where you put your own mobile phone inside. And this is the Quest 2.
Quest 2?
Yeah.
Rift. And then mobile.
Let's call it Google Cardboard.
Okay.
So this is the, you can take a look inside.
Okay. I'm wearing glasses. Okay. Oh dear. Let me drop some things.
So
okay.
It's
dark.
It's dark. When you wear it, to turn on.
Okay. Oops. My small head.
It's
on, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Alright. So I'm sure you can see the controllers by now.
Yes. But then because I'm not wearing my glasses, it's a bit blurred. Okay, it says power on.
Yeah.
Okay. My eyesight is amazing.
No.
I should hold it. Oh, I get it now.
It's two. It's left and right, I think.
So I can use this to play games.
Yeah. So
I'm not a gaming person, but I think this would inspire me to game.
More than gaming, you can use for medical purposes.
I can see like the projection and everything. Like this is actually a whole new world.
Yeah.
Actually, I can see you, but then in a different world.
Yeah.
I can see like graphics in your world. This is amazing. This is a beautiful experience, and I think everybody should, get involved. If you're interested in virtual reality, this is an opportunity for you to, experience it and find your relevance. Wow, thank you so much, Samuel. So what else happens here?
We also deal with graphics.
You don't do augmented reality?
That's what you just saw. So it's a mix of physical reality plus the computer stuff and graphics we're seeing.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we have the graphic design and animation that is done on the table.
Nice.
So the seats that you just saw, that you wanted to sit on earlier, this seat is a motorized seat that helps you to have an in-depth experience. So instead of just sitting and moving your chair by yourself, when you turn your head, the video plus the seat will move. With the help
makes it more real.
Yeah. With the help of the motors, it begins to vibrate, which also gives you the haptic feedback.
Awesome. Awesome. This place is. I think I should come here again because I'm really inspired. Let me take my phone. Okay. So Edward.
Yeah.
So this is Ghana Tech Lab for us.
Yeah,
right?
so this is Ghana Tech Lab.
So what would you say to a young person who is unemployed or even employed but then wants to add on some skills, or they are interested in getting to know more about the lab? Your final words.
Okay, I think that tech really affords a lot of opportunities, and I'll give you an example. I've interacted with a number of people that have come in here, and some of them didn't have a tech background. Some of them did English in school, political science, I mean, totally like out of tech, but they are doing amazing stuff now. So no matter your age, no matter the industry you're coming from or your background, tech gives you the opportunity to build something that can create impact. And I mean, it also brings returns, so it's also rewarding if you commit to it. So for young people and even for people that are unemployed or employed, you just have to find your space, find yourself in the space, experience what is happening here, and identify what you think you have a passion for and something that you think you want to build a career around. And then from there you have to work hard, and then I mean, I believe that with dedication and then the right support, you can do something amazing.
Thank you so much, Edward. You've been amazing today. So thank you.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
And I hope to see you another time.
Definitely, yeah.
Hello, audience. So this has been Ghana Tech Lab for you. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.